Today I'm going to introduce logs. We'll be doing this all week. You'll have a quiz on Friday over logarithms. But today we just need to go over what these logarithms mean, kind of how to read them. Like if you see one, what does it mean? And changing from logarithmic form to exponential form. So that's what we're going to do today. Let's start off with what they are. Okay, a logarithm you can see in your notes in the box there. If you have log base of b of x equals y, okay, that little number, or sometimes it's a letter, but a lot of times it's a number right beside the log. It's kind of below the log. That number is your base. So you have a base, same with exponentials, you have a base and then an exponent. Okay, with logs, you have a base too. So if I want to change this log to exponential form, what you need to do is start with the base and go counterclockwise around that problem. So I'm going to start with my base b to the y power equals x. And that's written on your notes too. It's written the other way around, but it's still on there. So start with your base and move counterclockwise to change to exponential form. Okay, the next one is a natural log. Natural log is ln. Okay, it's on your calculator too, ln. Now, a natural log has a base of e. So let's see, natural log of x equals y. If we want to change this to exponential form, there's an automatic base of e that it's not showing you. It's kind of like a sneaky 1 in front of an x. Okay, they don't always say 1, but it's there. It's kind of an understood 1. Well, with natural logs, it's an understood base of e. Okay, so if we want to change this to exponential form, we're going to start with our base and move counterclockwise. So it'll be e to the y power equals x. Okay, always start with the base and move counterclockwise. All right, common logs. There's a log button on your calculator. Now, with your calculator, you can't just do any base you want with logs. It's very specific. It's only common logs. And I'll show you how to change it to a common log, but right now let's just figure out what a common log is. So if I have a log of x equals y, it's like how natural logs have an understood base of e. Common logs, if you don't see a base, it has an understood base of 10. Okay, so if you don't see a base written next to a log, it's an understood base of 10. So if I change this to exponential form, it's going to be 10 to the y power equals x. I start with my base and move counterclockwise. All right, so now we're going to practice going from logarithmic form to exponential form and vice versa. So let's look at number 1. Okay, we have log base of 4 of 16 equals 2. So if I want to change this to exponential form, I'm going to start with my base and move counterclockwise. So 4 squared equals 16. Okay, let's try the next one. Start with my base and move counterclockwise. So b to the 5th equals 7. Okay, very last one. On this one, like we had talked about before, if I have a natural log, what's my base? It's an understood base of e. Okay, so this one's going to be e to the 3rd power equals c. So e cubed equals c. All right, remember, always start with the base and move counterclockwise. The same works if you go the other way. So on the next three problems, if I start with exponential and move to logarithms, I'm going to start with the base and move counterclockwise. So start with your base and go counterclockwise. And this is going to be log base of 2 of 1/8 equals negative 3. Okay, so same with going from logs to exponential. You're going to start with your base and go counterclockwise. And you can check yourself. So if you get this answer, you can check, okay, if I start with my base and move counterclockwise, will I get back to the original problem? So 2 to the negative third equals 1/8. And that's what your problem says. So that's good. Number 5, we're going to do the same thing. Start with your base and move counterclockwise. So my base is 10. I'm going to have log base of 10. Now, you don't have to write the base of 10. This is going to be a common log. So if you don't write the base of 10, it's an understood 10. Okay. So log of 1 equals 0. Number 6, I'm going to start with my base and go counterclockwise. Okay, so when I do that, I have a base of e. So you have to ask yourself, what log has a base of e? And it's the natural log. Okay, you don't have to write the base of e, it's an understood e. So natural log of 12 equals a. Alright, so that's how to switch from exponential to logarithm and vice versa. Now we're going to solve logarithms. Now the way to solve logs, the easiest way is to change to exponential and then solve from there. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We'll start out with number 7. We're going to change it to exponential first. So 3 to the, I don't know what power, so I'm going to call it x. So 3 to the x power equals 81. Okay, so I need to figure out 3 to the what power gives me 81. And you can guess and check in your calculator. I'm totally fine with that. So 3 squared, 3 cubed, 3 to the 4th, 3 to the 5th. So go ahead and try to figure out what exponent you need to have to get 81. Okay. And you should get 3 to the 4th power gives you 81. So my x is 4. 3 to the 4th power gives me 81. Alright, number 8, I have log base of 8 of 2 equals blank. So I'm going to change to exponential form. 8 to the x power gives me 2. Okay, so do you notice how your base is bigger than your answer? 8's bigger than 2. The only way to get an answer that's smaller than your base is if you have a rational exponent. Okay. So rational exponents, if you remember from the beginning of the year, that's like saying 8 to the 1/2 power. Okay. If I have a fraction as an exponent, we're talking about radicals, right? So this is like saying the square root of 8. Okay. And you can't take the square root of 8 and get, well, you can't take the square root of 8 evenly. You would get a decimal, a really long decimal. So it's not going to be 8 to the 1/2. So you might have to kind of guess and check. Let's try 8 to the 1/3 power. Okay, this is saying I'm going to cube root my 8. So if we do the cube root of 8, and you can punch that in your calculator, put in 8 caret to the 1/3 power. Okay, 8 caret 1/3. Make sure that 1/3, that whole thing is in an exponent. It's really little. And you should get 2. Okay, so my exponent's going to be 1/3. So, just a little tip, if you have a base that's bigger than your answer, you're probably going to have rational exponents in there. All right, number 9. On number 9, we don't have a base. So look, it's a natural log. So this is going to have a base of e, and I'm going to change it to exponential form. So e to the x power equals 1 over e to the 4th. Okay, so another little tip here. If I have an answer that is flipped, if it's in a fraction, and now it's in the denominator, see how that e moved to the denominator? Okay, if it's flipped like that, you're going to have a negative exponent. You have to remember those laws of exponents from the beginning of the year. Okay, so if I want to get e to the 4th in the denominator, I'm going to have a -4 as an exponent. Okay, the negative is going to flip it, and so that e to the 4th is on the bottom.